Alright, so I just got out of the shower. Uh, just got done towel drying this fucking mess. But I'm going to give you a rundown of all the beard care products. So, be right back. This is beard wash. You're going to use this in place of shampoo on all this mess. Don't use regular shampoo. It's going to dry the hair out. You're going to get split ends. The hair is going to get brittle and snap and just fall off. It's going to dry the skin out underneath really bad. Just use beard wash. Don't, in a pinch, just don't use anything. You're only going to use this maybe 2-3 times a week. Don't wash it any more often. You don't want to strip the oils out. It will dry your skin out, and again, the hair is going to get brittle. It's going to curl instead of laying flat. This is the first product they usually go for, beard oil. With a shorter beard like yours, you're only going to use maybe 3 or 4 drops at first. Spray it out in your hands. I'm going to use quite a bit more than that just because, you know, I have all this. I'm going to use probably, about the size of a quarter spread out in my hand. And when you use it, don't focus on the bulk of it. Try to work it down to the roots. Do not forget about under your chin. Right now for you, that's not that big of a deal. For me, it gets a little harder to reach. Now that I've been growing it out for a couple years. Focus mostly on getting it to your skin. That is where it's going to help the most. And I'll show you how to spread it out through your hair in a couple minutes. Just keep working it back and forth. Be gentle, don't pull, don't tug. It'll just rip the hair out. You can pull it a little bit, but over time it will loosen the root and it will just fall right out and it will never grow back. And that's not a good thing. Just keep working and focus mostly on under here, just because this is the driest area of my face, and along my jawline. You'll notice if your skin starts getting dry, it will itch, and you'll scratch it and it'll feel like it, no matter how much you scratch, it will still keep itching. Okay, that is it for the beard oil. Grab my hands off a little bit so they're not so greasy. And put the cap back on that so we don't have any problems, because I'm a fucking klutz. Product number 3 is beard balm. This serves the same purpose as beard oil, but I use it on the sides mostly, and again in my dry area along my chin, because it has a little bit of holding power to it. It's more of a paste than an oil. It takes longer to absorb into the skin, so it moisturizes for a longer period of time as opposed to beard oil, which beard oil will soak right in, and that's about the end of it. You might not need beard balm at this stage of your growth because of how short your beard is. But as it gets longer, it will definitely be a thing you want to take into consideration. I cannot get by without this stuff. My skin is very dry, and working outside, the hair gets very dry too. You're only going to want to use a little bit. Use less than you think you need to, because it doesn't need to be very much. You're just going to want enough to maybe cover your index finger tip. Again, I use a little bit more than you will because I have so much hair. Again, you're going to want to spread this out in your hands and Here I'm just going to focus on the outside mostly. I'm going to work it in under to the root and down the sides, mostly because it has a little bit of holding power to it. I'm going to get rid of the excess, same way I did with the beard oil. The majority of it has gone here and here. The rest of it I'm just going to work in with the beard oil. It's not going to hurt. It will leave my hair feeling a little greasy for a couple hours, but that's not really a concern of mine. See, I got a dry area right here, so I'm trying to take care of that. Okay, that is the beard balm. I'm going to put the cap back on that. This is the stage where I will normally straighten my beard. I do that once or twice a week just because the hair is so curly on my beard. It really helps to straighten it out, to undo knots and tangles and things like that, but that's not really going to be a concern of yours, so I'm going to skip that today. Let me dry my hands off again so they're not quite so greasy. All right. I do not have a beard comb anymore. Once the hair gets longer, it's not really a concern if you want it to look natural growth. You don't want to style it. You know, I've let mine go natural. The only comb I really have is a little mustache comb, and even I don't like using that anymore because my hair is so long. So I'm going to skip right to the beard brush. The comb, you're just going to want, you know, to go straight down. If it gets caught, don't pull. That will loosen the root of the hair will fall out and it will never grow back. And if it does grow back, it will be a long time and you're going to have longer hair and one short one. And it's just going to look like shit. So the brush is probably going to be one of your best friends. It will distribute the oil and the balm that we put in earlier. It will take it from the root and coat the majority of the hair with it. It's made out of boar hair itself, so, or at least the good quality ones are. Yours, I'm pretty sure, is, judging by the pictures. But what you're going to do with this is just brush. And don't worry about going in a specific direction at first. Just mainly focus on brushing and trying to distribute that oil as evenly as possible. Try to get all of your hair with it. And you can even do this on days when you don't oil or wash your beard. It will take the natural oils that occur on your skin and hair, and it will distribute those, and it will have much the same effect. It will prevent your hair from drying out. It will prevent it from getting brittle, and it will prevent it from feeling oily. I know, like, with hair on your head, people say, you know, you don't want greasy hair, or blah, blah, blah. It's different with androgenic hair, like your beard. You want that the natural oil from your body to stay on the hair. It's what protects it, it's what hydrates it. The beard oil and the beard balm are just a boost to that. Once you get to a certain stage of growth, your natural oils are not going to be enough. And for them to be enough, you would have to go without showering or washing for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And that's gross. Don't do that. But again, just keep brushing. I typically only do this in the mornings. You do not want to use this more than once a day. It will start to damage the hair. And again, you know, you don't want to damage the hair. It will cause split ends if you use it too much. It will start to remove, you know, entire hairs itself. It will pull them out by the root. We don't want that. Actually, I might be able to get away without straightening today. This isn't going too bad. Just do this, you know, I'm going to do it for a while longer than you will, again, based on your growth. At this point, you really just want to train your hair. If you plan on keeping the beard for any length of time, you want to train your hair to grow down instead of out. Its natural predilection is to grow out and not down. You can use the comb as many times a day as you want, really, to help train your hair to grow down. It took a couple months of my daily brushing and combing to get the hair to finally start going in this direction. Because at first my hair wanted to grow out, as most men's does. But that is to be avoided unless you're going for a specific style, which I would recommend against. It makes your face look a lot bigger. It's generally not a good look. Yeah, I'm just going to fix this a little bit. And again, don't be afraid to brush, this way. You don't have to, but it will help distribute the oils a little bit more evenly than just brushing straight down. And I'm going to try to get mine to poof out just a little bit more than it is right now. This is probably going to be the most time-consuming part until you get into trimming split ends and things like that. I'm not going to show you how to do that because I just did it yesterday. I'm not cutting hair off just for the sake of cutting it off. That's going to be about it. One more thing that I have that I don't really grow, or I don't really use anymore, excuse me, is growth oil. I don't believe it does anything. It has a lot of... I do use it on occasion just because it has a lot of things in it that are good for your hair and good for your skin. I don't believe there's anything you can take that will... There's no medicine you can take, there's no product you can use that will magically make your hair grow faster. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm going to use just a couple drops of this as just a little nourishment for the hair. I've noticed that it makes it a little bit softer in the long run. It doesn't smell very good, so I use it pretty sparingly. I would advise against this, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose. But again, don't fall for gimmicks like growth oil. They don't work. I promise you they don't work. I've been doing this for almost 4 years, and I can tell you from first-hand experience that the majority of those products don't do a fucking thing. Yeah, that's about it. There are some other products here and there I will get into, like straightening, but don't worry about that right now. The only thing you're going to have to worry about is the beard oil, the beard balm, the combing and the brushing, and just washing, a couple times a week with decent quality beard wash. Just another note on this stuff, stay away from anything that has sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium laureth sulfate. They do nothing except make bubbles, and they strip all of the oil from your skin and hair. They will do more damage than they will help. They will make it itchy, they will make your skin dry, you'll have beard dandruff from it, which I don't recommend experiencing. It's not fun. I've made that mistake a few times and found out the hard way that it's not a pleasant experience. But yeah, if you have any questions, have Morgan get a hold of me. I think I'm going to post this video on YouTube and just mail you guys the link because I didn't think it would be 15 fucking minutes long, but it is. Alright, peace.